So the other day, I had someone ask me about my car. I drive a Tesla Model 3. It's nothing that fancy. It's the base level Tesla. Um, Granted, it is a Tesla, like it's a cool car, but there's a lot nicer. There's the Model S. There's Perform. No, this is just standard Model 3. And I bought it for a handful of reasons that I've gone through in pretty good depth in my other videos. But I had a friend ask me, would you buy it again? And to be completely honest with you, I 100% would buy my Tesla again. I get, for whatever reason, Tesla tends to be pretty controversial on this app. A lot of people, for whatever reason, hate Tesla. Some people love them. It's not like people can feel indifferent about them. They have to either love them or hate them, which I find quite funny, but I really do like my car, and I would buy it again for a few reasons. When I first bought it, I got a tax credit, and I felt like I got a pretty good deal. Now, since then, you could say my Tesla's depreciated a lot, and with all new cars, they depreciate a lot. That's especially true with Teslas. If you look at the resale market, the value has dropped a ton. Does that matter? Yeah, I guess it does, but I'm not going to sell my car, and I'm happy with what I bought, so I'm not too worried about that. Number two, the technology in it is pretty crazy. I mean, I'm trying to compare it to other cars that I've driven, and there's other luxury brands that certainly compare, that do certain things better, but just driving electric in general is pretty stinking awesome. I mean, the performance that you get on it is amazing. I have the slowest Tesla, and I drive it in chill mode, which, if you aren't familiar, you can set your car into different modes. The nicer models have chill, standard, and ludicrous. Just your speed. Essentially, when I floor it with the gas pedal or electric pedal, whatever you want to call it, the chill mode will actually delay it. It'll slow me down a little bit. It won't let me accelerate as fast. And I have that mode on all the time because I guess I'm an old man. But two, I don't want it to go any faster. I don't need it to go any faster. I like to, drive relatively slow to preserve my tires and to just, I'm not racing people, but I drive it in chill mode and it's plenty fast. Is it the fastest car in the world? No. I'm sure there's plenty of gas cars that could beat it in a drag race. But point being, you get this car for a relatively decent deal. It's economical, the gas mileage, the MPGe, miles per gallon equivalent, is over 100. It's great. The tech is awesome. The self-driving features are great. The heated seats are awesome. The app is nearly flawless. You can, preheat your car from your phone. I live where it gets cold in the winter and really hot in the summer. And do I pre-cool and preheat my car? All the time. If there's snow on my car, you can actually defrost it to a point where all the snow will melt off. It's pretty stinking amazing. I get that there's cars that, have remote start, and these features aren't totally exclusive to EVs, but Tesla does it and they do it quite well. And when I think about if I didn't have my Tesla, what I would own, it would probably be a Honda Accord, a newer Honda Accord, which, great car. My previous car was a 2006 Honda Accord. I nearly, I wouldn't say I drove it to the ground, but I certainly put 100,000 miles on it. I bought it when it had 80. I think when I sold it, it had around 180, and it was a great car. But for the long commute, I've noticed the Tesla is a lot more comfortable. Another thing I'll add too, which is pretty ubiquitous amongst all newer cars, is the safety features. It's so crazy when you compare a car that was made 40 years ago to 10 years ago. The safety in the car made 10 years ago is just miles ahead. I mean, crash ratings and durability and all that stuff. The newer car is going to win almost every time. Now, flash forward another 10 years to 2025. Today, new cars have crazy safety features. Like, the car will auto brake for you if you're not paying attention, or if you swerve out of your lane, it'll go back in the lane for you. And that's not even counting autopilot or self-driving at all. And the features, I don't know exactly how they compare to most other cars, but the safety features in Teslas are pretty amazing. I get it. If you get into an accident in a Tesla versus a big truck, you're going to be way better off in the truck. I don't disagree with that at all. But as far as a small car goes, it's relatively efficient. There's not maintenance for it, really. I mean, you got to replace your brakes, but not even that often because regenerative braking. Tires a little more often, but I have the 18-inch tires that are pretty cheap, and I mean, we're 23,000 miles in, and they don't need to be even close to replaced. The Tesla is a car that I would buy again, and quite frankly, I think it's a car that I want to drive for the rest of my life. I don't want to only own a Tesla. You know, I'd like to have a family car, a gas car, but I I just can't see myself driving another car and being as happy as I am in this current car. So the answer is yes. And I'm sorry if you hate Tesla. It's a great car. It's nothing political, I promise. I just really like my car. Thanks for watching.